All right, so today we're going to review my 21.3 and 21.4 open video. I'm going to talk you through my performance and some kind of do's and don'ts, and if I had it repeated, what I would have done different. So for this one, I knew it was going to be a one and done. So I knew I had to be really smart on the gymnastics. Versus if I knew I was doing it again on the Monday, I probably would have went a lot harder and pushed the pace just to see what could have happened. But I wanted to make sure I did a good enough score on the gymnastics part and then a good enough score on the lift. So I did go in fairly safe on this attempt. So we're just getting for that nervous 10-second countdown. So the workout was 15 front squats, 30 toes to bar, 15 thrusters, rest 1 minute, then 15 front squats, 30 chest to bars, 15 thrusters, rest 1 minute, and then the final one was 15 front squats, 30 bar muscle ups, and 15 thrusters before going into a 7-minute window for a max complex of 1 deadlift, 1 clean, 1 hang clean, and 1 shouldered overhead. So we'll see now how we go. I think we had a couple of clock mishaps here, trying to get the 2 clocks synced. So my plan going into this workout was make sure the front squats were a nice controlled pace, not to raise the heart rate too high. Break up my toes to bar straight away from the start. I think I went a 15, 10 and a 5. The toes to bar for me wouldn't be as strong as my chest to bar, so I knew I had to be a wee bit more conservative on those. You'll see now I probably relax my grip a wee bit more. Here we go. So nice relaxed grip on the front squats. Breathe at the top, just take that wee small second versus going out too hot. You'll see one of the guys I was hitting it with went out like an absolute rocket. So he got to the bar a few seconds ahead of me. I just went for a little bit more of a frog kip on the toes to bar versus usually I'd be a lot more straight, but again I knew I had to try and save the legs, you know, for the thrusters, and then obviously I knew I was going into a max clean after this here. So I just changed my style on the toes to bar a little bit to adapt to the workout. So I think I'm going for a 15 here. I'm going to drop down now, any rep. Yep, just a quick shake off, just to take a wee bit of tension off the arms. It doesn't need to be long. And then I think these were done in 3 sets, yep. And then I'm going into my final set now. And then the goal after this was to sprint the thrusters, chalk the hands in that recovery set. So a nice fast pace on the thrusters. Try and make sure, lock out straight away, get that bar back down as fast as possible versus holding overhead and gaining more tension where it's not needed. So I made sure to really make my judge work hard and look for that lockout every rep. I wasn't for holding that bar overhead. So I think we round out in around that 144 mark. Quick chalk, recover, get the heart rate back down. So just trying to really focus now and getting that heart rate down as low as possible in that 1 minute rest. So for anyone, obviously, if they were repeating this workout, the biggest thing I probably should have done was took the chalk over to my seat, just to really get that heart rate down even more. After this set of chest to bars, I sit down before the bar muscle ups. So we're getting ready then for round 2. Exact same approach. I think I relaxed the grip even sooner here because I know I'm going for a big set in the chest to bars. So I played to my strength on this one. I think I went a 25 and a 5. I was having debates in my head. I was like, sure, it's only 5 more reps going broken, but I resisted and I did drop down. just for that split second. So that's that relaxed grip again, focusing, getting ready for those chest to bars. So as you can see, the guy I was going up against, he went out like a rocket every time on the front squats, and I think that kind of caught up on him towards the end of the workout, where I was able to keep that heart rate down a wee bit more, and then obviously going into the gymnastics, then I was able to push the heart rate that wee bit higher on those bigger sets. So I think I go for a 25 here. And again, just a quick drop and straight back up again for the final 5 reps before sprinting those thrusters again. And then again, I aim to push the pace on the thrusters, knowing that I had a minute, so it's plenty of time to recover and get that heart rate back down, ready to go for that final set off the bar muscle ups. So this one I sit down straight away. So yeah, wasn't as organised. I should have had chalk over, because I have to get up probably in about 15-20 seconds to go chalk my hands, obviously for that first set of bar muscle ups. Again, if I had went again, I'd have the chalk bowl over beside me, just so I can sit down right to that last minute, and just try and obviously get as recovered as possible. But so this is us again going into our final set. Same approach again, smooth, relaxed on the front squats, and then I think I open with a 10 on the bar muscle ups. Again, if I had went again, I probably would have went a wee bit smaller first set on the bar muscle ups, just to be a wee bit more consistent over the set. The grip did start to bite on that set of 30. So relaxed grip straight away from rep 2 here, taking the wee bit more of a breather at the top, because I know obviously these bar muscle ups, this is the main chunk of the workout. I think like the rest of the working sets were only like 1:40 to 1:50, where this one's in and around that 3-minute mark. So this is the main chunk of the workout. So a wee bit more chilled out, not rushing to the bars quickly. I think it'd take another maybe 3 to 5 seconds. And then that's me up now for my first working set. So again, a wee bit more chilled out. I kind of like let myself drop into the bar muscle up, versus I would usually go for a wee bit more of that uprise approach. But I just wanted to keep the heart rate down, just relax into it, and I knew obviously my triceps were strong enough, versus I find the uprise is very, very gassy, so obviously we want to keep that heart rate down. I think after this now I go into maybe a set of 5 or set of 6. So again, keeping the rest period obviously down, but making sure every set was done with intent, and obviously no fails. I think a lot of people were caught out after that halfway mark on the bar muscle ups, and actually started failing reps, which cost more time than taking an extra 10 seconds before you jump up. So I think here I realized this grip is actually starting to go here, and we dropped down. So I didn't want to chalk again, so I was like, just stop and then we'll go, because I had the bar well chalked anyway. So do one more set, then we chalk for I think our final 2 sets before we finish. Yeah, so that's us, I think, at 21 now. So I think I do 2 sets now to finish. So I think my kip starts to get shortened a little bit here now soon. Yeah, so I kind of go for a wee bit more of a frog kip drop. That's usually when, you know, I'm right on the limit of feeling. So the arms are fairly gone now, but we're nearly finished. So I think this is me drop up for my last set. Yeah, and that's us sprint. The line was quite a nice touch that you had to go forward and back. I actually really liked that. It just felt like so much more like a start and a finish line versus we're used to just being able to get the bar as close to the pull-up bar as you like. I quite like that. That means everyone's in the same setup, same playing field. So it'd be nice if CrossFit obviously continued that. Would be good. So panic here. Need water. Off we go for a bottle of water. Again, should have been a wee bit more organised. So grab my water bottle and aim to come back now, take a seat, get a t-shirt on, get my lifters on. Not too much of a hurry. So I think my plan was just to hit a clean and jerk. Just that, I threw the 15s on. So I had the 1s on the inside, the 5s, and then the two 0.5 fractionals either side for the 29 kilos. I take the 2 sets of 0.5s off, and I straight away put the 15s on. I just hit a clean and jerk at 55, and then I think I start at 70, 77 for my open and lift. So I think I take in around a good 2 minutes here, flapping, not looking to do too much. But I think most people knew, you know, they're within that 7-minute window, you know, the first 2 minutes is going to be getting that heart rate down as low as possible. And then obviously making sure, I think most athletes are really used to doing EMOM style lifting. So that obviously was my game plan, just 1 rep every minute if needed. I think I only hit like a warm-up lift, and then I hit 4 intentional complexes. So you had in around a minute 20, minute 25 each for each complex then. So yeah, actually 55. Yeah, I actually start with 67 kilos for a warm-up lift, the 15s on, and then I put the smaller 5s. Nope, realize not lifting that. Take that off. So it was 55 as a warm-up lift. So shaking out the arms. The arms are, you really feel the arms. I think you feel the arms a lot more than most of us expected, but in training I do quite a lot of complexes, so I was really excited for this. The week beforehand I'd hit a clean front squat, clean hang clean front squat at 100, and I hit then a clean front squat at 105, so I was fairly confident going in knowing what I was capable of hitting. I did that fresh, but usually I do lift better on fatigue, and if I get it onto my shoulders, 9 times out of 10 I'll get it overhead, thankfully. Biggest issue for me is getting it to the shoulders. So this is our first lift at 77.5. And then I put the 5s on for my second lift at 87.5. Or 87, sorry, 87. So I made sure I had easy loading weights. I had the high temp 5s, which is smaller than the regular 5, so it's easy just to slide those weights on. And then I had the competition fractionals again, which is so easy just to keep loading. Versus having to strip the bar and add more weight. So this is my second lift at 87 kilos. I think this was probably my hardest lift of them all. It was. I think I mess up the hang clean a little bit and get synced. So maybe looks easier on camera, but it felt a lot worse than it looked. And then again, I just kind of took a gamble and just made 10 kilo jumps. I've been doing that quite a lot in training, making 10 kilo jumps. And I think that really paid off here, where I think a few people got caught out in making those maybe 2.5 kilo jumps just to play it safe. So I think being confident making the 10 kg jumps each set really paid off here, because you only had to make obviously the four attempts. And again, in hindsight, looking back, if I did repeat this, I probably would have just done a clean and jerk at the 77 and then started my first complex at the 87, done 97, done the 102, and then potentially had time to go up again. I probably would have liked to finish in around the 105 mark if I was to go at this complex again. So I think I play about with these fractionals on the ground for a couple of seconds, wondering, am I going to go 1.5 or am I going to go 2.5? I straight away lift 2.5, but I'm like hovering over the bar thinking, will I, won't I? But I ended up thankfully stuck with my gut instinct and went for the bigger jump, which paid off in the end. Ending with the 102 kilos. So I got the judge just to make sure and count me down. So I was obviously starting just at that last second. As long as you lifted the bar before your time overlapped, you were allowed to finish the complex. So I had my judge keep an eye on the clock, and I think he just counts down now. And this is me right on, with about 2 seconds spare, starting my last lift. It's just setting this up, making sure you're ready for that jerk. Obviously you want to make sure it counts. And then that's us. We wobble at the end. But I think everyone would agree the lift caught us out a wee bit more than we expected, just with that little bit more fatigue in the grip. But overall, a fantastic test of gymnastics, obviously fitness, and then the strength at the end.